Yo, what is up everyone? Right, so we've been playing more of this and I've actually completed the game now. So, what are my faults? Actually, in the end, it got a lot better, to be honest. I mean, there's a lot more cutscenes, the story just really progressed right at the end and I did enjoy that. Although, unfortunately, there is another bug that come up after I finish the game. And I'm not sure if I'm going to bother doing it because it just got a bit annoying again after a while. I might well just leave it as that. Like, there's an epilogue after you complete the main story. And this is what we're looking at now. But before we get into that, I've just found out about the NVIDIA PhysX 32. That it's not supported on the 5000 series. And I mean, what a fucking joke that is. I mean, you can't play Batman Arkham Asylum, Mirror's Edge. Well, you can play it, but it's going to be a shit performance. So, you know what I mean? Like, if I literally, I was even half thinking about getting a 5090, and if I would have paid 2,600 for that, and then I find out I couldn't play those games, and older games, which I actually go back to myself, because I do like playing older games. I haven't completed Mirror's Edge yet, and if I literally would have found that out, I would have sent that fucking card back, and I would have said, I ain't paying for that until Nvidia sort that out. That's it. You know what I mean? Fucking stupid that is. I mean, fucking hell. I've just watched the video, Bang for Buck Gamer. You can watch it yourself. And even the GTX 9080 Ti, I believe it is beating the 5090 in that game by like 30 FPS. And I think, you know, people are going to defend it. The people that bought those cards will say, it's not much of a difference. You just got to do something. But for me, nah, I don't take that shit. If I paid 2,600 for it, then I expect it to be significantly better. And I don't know how old that generation card. Got to be over 7 years old, isn't it? I think. I don't know, but I mean, fucking hell, what? I can't swallow that shit. Nah. Nvidia, they literally got to do something about that because it's not right. I expect a new graphics card to do better on every game. If it's a newer card than the one I've got, it's got to be better in every area. That's non-negotiable. Non-negotiable to me. I mean, that's literally the whole point of upgrading the graphics card is to get a better performance. Not a fucking worse performance, especially if you're paying all that money. Nah, I don't care what anyone says, that's bollocks. Literally over 42 games it's affected, apparently. That's on Reddit, so you can look that up. As I said before, I'm not a shill for AMD or Nvidia. If they do something that I don't agree with, and it winds me up, I'll say it on this channel. That's what it's about. That's literally what it's about. So, there you go. I mean, literally, I would have sent that 5000 series GPU back if I had one now. 100%. They literally need to fix that, because there's a lot of gamers that will see that they can't run that well, and it's just a deal breaker. People don't just buy graphics cards to play new games and that's it. Some people might, but I do feel, I'm absolutely sure that there's people out there that like going back to older games, and especially classics like Batman Arkham Asylum, Mirror's Edge. I only played a little bit of it, but I was planning to go back to playing it. And yeah, I want the best experience, especially when I'm paying a significant amount of money. With Nvidia taking the piss with prices, yeah. I think it's totally fair to call them out. So yeah, that's pretty much my feelings on it. And as we've spoken about Nvidia, I think it's fair to speak. about AMD. Obviously, we've seen all the RDNA 4 features now. And yeah, I was pretty impressed. And yeah, I thought it was a pretty good presentation. And when you include the price of $599, that's actually, I think that's a good value card, looking at it. And it surprised me, because I really didn't expect that to even do path tracing at all. And it actually looks like it might be able to do it. And yeah, I think if I didn't have a 4090, I'd be definitely looking at that for the price. I mean, it could literally be the gamer's GPU, that. So it's not bad at all. I mean, now back on the path tracing, I'm not saying it's going to be able to do it like Nvidia at all, but if it can actually even do a small amount of path tracing, like it ran that tech video with path tracing, so it does make me think, you know, maybe on the performance mode you could get like something out of it, at least, depending on the settings. Yeah, I find that quite interesting, to be honest, because I literally thought that was off the table, path tracing. And then when you figure in that FSR4 is going to come out, I expect that to be pretty good, FSR4. I expect there to be enough about it for people to like to, with DLSS obviously being the king of upscaling, but then FSR4 does alright, and it eliminates everything bad about FSR3. So I think for that price, yeah, for people that have got a 6900 XT or 6000 card, even a 78 XT or higher, I mean, even with an XTX, let's face it. I mean, there's a lot of people that prefer image quality with good upscaling, and it can have better ray tracing. So yeah, I think that could appeal to everyone, to be honest, no matter what AMD GPU you got, you know. So yeah, I do think for that price, definitely go and buy one if you need one. As for the 5070 Ti, you know, yeah, I'd say if you're comparing it to the 4080, because the 4080 is, as I said before in the previous video, it's like just over 1000 still, the 4080. So yeah, still got appeal to it, the 5070 Ti. For me, it is a 4080 Lite, but yeah, I can see it. Only not taking a piss with it, but it's just because it's so close to a bloody 4080, and it just falls under a 4080, the 5070 Ti. So for me, it's a 4080 Lite. And no, I'd say there's more of a reason to get probably a 9070 XT if you've got an XTX. I think there's more reason for that. And the simple fact to the reason is because it's going to have a better upscaler, better image quality. Even if FSR4 does come to RDNA 3, which is the XTX, it's not going to run as fast, unfortunately. So that's a bit of a kick in the bollocks for people that own an XTX. But yeah, it may come to RDNA 3. I'm sure AMD are working on it because they did touch on it. But yeah, if you want the best experience, you'll have to get a 9070 XT. You're getting better ray tracing. It's going to be able to run some form of path tracing. So yeah, I do think, you know, I know Spratty said he's going to pick one up, so I completely agree with him that, yeah, I mean, definitely. Yeah, so I can definitely see the appeal to it, and it's a good looking card. And I may pick up one in the future, but not anytime soon, maybe nearer Christmas, if I don't know. I mean, maybe if I made some content on it. But I won't be getting one anytime soon. And if I did buy one, I would want the more expensive one, which would be the Sapphire Nitro Plus. Because that's I just love Sapphire, and I really liked the 7900 XTX I got, which was a Sapphire card. But for now, I'd say no, I'm not going to buy one. I won't buy it. With me having 4090 now, I just don't see the point. I wouldn't be getting any benefits to anything if I did buy it now. So no rush for it. But I do find it a very interesting card. Definitely. For people that need to upgrade, I think it's a really good price. Hopefully it resets the market a bit with prices for Nvidia and all that. Only time will tell with that. But yeah, you know, something needed to happen with prices, and AMD have put the marker out there. So we'll see what happens with it. I mean, I had a sneaky feeling that 9070XC might be a bit better than people thought, and I think with it being able to do some form of path tracing, yeah, I do think I was right about that. It's still going to be probably worse in raster, I think, than the XTX, but then you're getting the eye candy of FSR4. The XTX has more VRAM, but you know, that really depends on the user, if it's that important to them, you know. So I don't think that's a big enough thing to not go and get a 9070XT, you know, when you're considering that it can literally give you better image quality. It's going to run faster. Like if DLSS4 was locked to the Nvidia 5000 series, then that would be more of a reason to get Nvidia 5000. But you know, it isn't. What they've done, they've literally locked my frame gem, which I really don't care about, to the 5000 series, and they've literally just made the decision for me and for other people, because everyone else is getting that DLSS4 as well. So that was the biggest thing for Nvidia, the biggest pull. So they probably made a mistake with that, I think. Yeah, I don't know. So if they wanted to sell more of those 5000 series cars, they probably should have locked it. But AMD know what they're doing. They've, you know, it's not like they've done it. They've done it because they needed to do it. But it's a great selling point for their new 9000 series cards. RDNA 4 is a great selling point for people to just, you know, and the rest isn't massively worse than XTX, I don't think. Not from the XTX will be better, but once you in a lot of games now, they're implementing ray tracing into the game. So I think once that happens, then the 9070XC will catch up with the XTX in the FPS. So it's not going to sort of crap the bed as much as an XTX would in the most intensive ray tracing games, if you know what I mean. So I think most of the time that the games, the newer games, are just going to favour the 9070XC going forward, and with the image quality on top, and when you're looking at the bloody price, like $599, yeah, I think there's just too many pros for that 9070XC when you're stacking it up against all the older Radeon 7000 cards. Anyway, that's enough about all the technical stuff. Now we're going to talk about this game and the latest bug on it. So what happened was I've got to do a mission for Hans. Basically send some, I've got to find a necklace for his girlfriend. So I was sent there, and I know who it is. It's this bloke I need to get it off called Carl. And what happened in the main story is I pissed him off and he started running away from me. And he literally wouldn't talk to me anymore. So what I'm trying to do now, I'm trying to find him. And it's just like a repeat of that mission I had with that Simon Miller prick who kept running away from me. And there's no chance I'm going back to the fucking main story to do it again. But it don't look like I'm going to be able to do this epilogue because he literally won't speak to me, and I played him at dice in the main game, and I know it's him who's got the different coloured dice. I beat him at a game of dice, then I ended up beating him up because I needed to get this letter from him, like a forged letter. And ever since I've done that, he ain't spoke to me, he keeps running away, so you know all the rest. As we found out earlier in one of my previous videos, he just, the only way I could do it, like Miller Simon when he kept running away, was to go back to the previous save. So I'm literally not doing that again. And yeah, I was going to give this game a 6 out of 10 in the end, but now it's a 5.5 out of 10. Once I saw this, it's just so fucking stupid. Overall, it's a good game, but it's the execution of it. It just does really winds me up. It's like you do something in one mission and it breaks another mission. But yeah, I'm still looking forward to the second one, so I probably will end up buying the second game of this. So whatever. But yeah, we're going into his ass because all I need to do, because I know he's got the necklace. That's just getting it, and I searched the whole like house he's living in. I couldn't find it, and then I just literally don't know how to do this mission now. So I find him. I thought if I kill him, he might have it on him, but you know, this is what keeps happening. Just don't give you the option. It's his mate who sleeps next to him, so ended up killing him. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say on it. It goes on for long, this video. So I think what I'll do, I'll probably just, if I can't play my way through this epilogue without doing this, finding this necklace, then I'll probably just, that'd be it for me. I've done the main story, that's what I wanted to achieve. And, you know, whatever. I'll just move on to the second game. And hopefully there's not as many stupid bloody bugs on the game. And I know he always runs up here, this bloke. There he is. Yeah, so he literally runs up there every time I go and speak to him. So literally, if you end up where you just don't want to talk to you, there's just nothing you can do unless you go back to a previous save. There's literally nothing you can do. There's no way he's setting it up. You know what I mean? And I think that's been the main frustration of this game, where shit like this happens and you just think, can't be arsed with it. Anyway, so I think I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching, everyone, and see you later.